talk about. And I want to believe that you're going to get something. Father, we thank you. We ask that everyone coming in tonight, we have to get something from us on this morning, wherever you are. We greet you. I'm always excited when I have my friend in the house. In the house, in person of Pastor Christopher Konji. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Welcome
And we also have my little daughter out there saying hello. Can you say hello, maybe, to the people?
Hello, guys.
Can you shout it loud and hear you?
Hello, fans.
Very soon she will be on coming live and be talking with all of our audience wherever they will be. And I want to say to you, let's go on live too. I want to say to you, welcome, welcome. And interesting, can you just pick your phone too and look at it?
Okay.
Welcome, welcome everyone. What an interesting topic that we've got to do today.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely.
Trying to set up. I just pray it comes up. Hello. Waiting for everyone to come in. All right. God will give you praise.
Yes.
What a wonderful moment. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for the likes. Thank you as we go on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I want to say you are blessed this day. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us. What a wonderful time. What a wonderful time. So we're going to actually be discussing with people. So we're not going to rush it. We're going to wait for everybody. What a beautiful
moment.
What a great moment to have everyone indoor. Please your head. Please don't do that. What a great moment. I'm just excited because it's a long time I had live. And honestly, it's been a wonderful moment. All right, we have a topic. And our concern is that we have people all over some part of social media trying to give reason why certain things should be. And so we feel, let us come live and discuss it with people that God might be permitting us to meet this evening. And it's so exciting to talk about this, having my husband. Please, can you please come closer? We're trying to, do well to manage this space. Discuss this topic this evening with us, and it has to do with, is masturbation allowed in marriage? Is masturbation allowed in marriage? Well, before we go on, again, this moment, we are going to actually look at what is the dictionary definition of masturbation. We are Christians, so we look at things in the angle of as that we are Christians, okay? Welcome. It's good to have you, all right? Masturbation, like the dictionary will say, is a natural, healthy, and safe way to explore your body, experience sexual pleasures and restless and release sexual feelings. Let me take it again. All right? Everyone says well-being of a natural, healthy, and safe way to explore your body, experience sexual pleasure, and release sexual tension. This definition, I take it again. Masturbation is a natural, healthy, and safe way to explore your body, experience sexual pleasure, and release sexual tension. All right, so that's the definition.
What a definition.
They are giving to it. It sounds so good, isn't it? Please, can we just be here?
The worldly aspect of it.
It sounds so. That's the dictionary definition, and a lot of people go to online, and when they get to online, they now actually begin to look at it in this way. They now begin to take it, oh, it sounds so simple. Let's go there. All right? I hope we are not distracted. Let's go there. And then, but then what they are having is not what is supposed to be. So at the end of the day, we just find out that, people are busy doing the wrong thing, thinking that they are doing the right thing. All right, so we're going to be disabusing the minds of people, and trusting God that we'll be able to put, right things in place as we discussed tonight.
Put a balance.
All right, put a balance to it. Well, just like it says, you touch your body here and there, having that feeling that you want to, satisfy your sexual urge is wrong as believers. And then there is a particular scripture that talked about it in Romans. You're welcome. Thank you for joining on. Please send in your contribution on this topic. In the book of Romans chapter, looking at the Christian angle. So it talks not just on a particular person, but it then talks generally on the persons, but whether you're married or not. So the definition, the dictionary definition will tell you this. But truly, it's also wrong. Please let us concentrate and do what we have to do tonight. The media is watching us. We are going up and down. All right, so it sounds so good. The definition we gave, that is a natural, healthy, and safe way of exploring your body and experience sexual pleasure and releases, releases you of tension. That's what the word says. But when we look at it in the Christian angle, in the book of Romans chapter 1 from verse 28, it talks about all these acts of sexual satisfaction that is not right. When you have homosexual, in quotes, it's wrong. On the other hand, if you are also, what is it now called, lesbians, permit me, is wrong. And then when you are masturbating, that's using body parts and doing what, just to arouse your sexual feeling, is also not right in the Bible angle, because it says, and still marriage truly. All right. I always ask, where is the husband or where is the wife? What should propel the wife or the husband to go on masturbation when you have your spouse? Please, when you have your spouse, what should propel the man or the woman to masturbate? God does not make error. I'm talking to everyone generally. When he brought the man, or brought the woman to the man, he expects that they exploit their sexual, life, exploit their body, and discover aspects of their body that will make them feel pleasure. And I always tell people, you can watch in my other videos, you don't allow situations happening, difficulty, I have to go to work, to overshadow the fact that you should have sexual pleasure. The sexual part of your life is given to you to, understand yourselves and satisfy yourself to the fullness. I did a video some time ago, and I tell them, you don't even go into sexual intercourse not, getting yourself to ecstasy and leaving your spouse halfway. It is not justice. Permit me to use the word. Everyone, when it comes to enjoying sexual acts, should truly, to a larger extent or to the fullness, enjoy the beauty of true sexual intercourse. And the Bible admonishes us, that encourages us, that we should, of a necessity, drink water out of our own system. And then if you're going to drink water out of your own system, you're going to enjoy sexual pleasure, it is necessary that you enjoy it to the fullness. You don't allow that. I've not done that. I've gone to work to prevent you. All right? It could be possible that the spouse, one of the spouse, is working somewhere else, or maybe it's out of the country or somewhere far from their spouse, and then there you don't see yourself, and then you are tempted, someone says, to go on the lane of masturbation. What do you say to that? That is where self-control comes. I don't want to look as if I'm the only one talking. So I don't know what you have to say. Well, we'll go dive into this. The people should remain. So let's give them reason to remain when we are talking.
Masturbation is, you see, from that definition that the world gave, is the world that gave. It's not God's perspective. It's a healthy way of expressing yourself. It's wrong. That's it. You see, if you look at it from the real sense
And
of
it sounds so
when
sweet.
it sounds so sweet, it's so permissive for young people, or for even married people to even do it. Because I say it's a healthy way. Because the world feels you are expressing yourself, but God is looking at it, say that, you see, masturbation is a carnal, having a carnal knowledge of yourself, not the opposite sex. What God designed sex for is for having a carnal knowledge of the other sex. That's why they say marriage is carnal.
Of the other spouse.
Or the other, that's the other sex now, the other sex. Having a
spouse.
carnal knowledge of the other sex.
Yeah.
So when you say masturbation, masturbation is a healthy thing. You see, masturbation is not having carnal knowledge of the opposite sex. It's having carnal knowledge of yourself. You yourself. That is carnality. God does not allow it. There's nothing healthy about it. It's dirty before God. But God said to be carnally minded, that's why I use that word. Because carnally minded is dead. Death. But to be spiritually minded, when you're having carnal knowledge of yourself, which is not the will of God, you are not a spiritual man. You are a carnal man.
Practicing spirituality.
You are not in conformity with God, because He said to be carnally minded is dead. So you are not in conformity with the definition of what God has given sex to be. Sex is not for one party; it's for both sex. From that definition, I cancel it wrong. Is the worldly definition healthy? What is healthy about it? So you are permitting both unmarried and the married to masturbate. So I don't agree with that definition, because God does not permit it. Anything that God does not permit is wrong.
Is wrong.
So masturbation, you see, we don't see it very well. Is that you expressing yourself, but spiritually there's a damage in it. You are doing damage to your spiritual state of mind. So it's not a right state of mind to masturbate, because anything that God does not permit, the devil has perverted it.
Actually, anything that God does not permit, we are living in the world that is full of
perversion.
People. It's not everyone that believe in God like that per se. So we actually want the situation whereby there could be some balance. Someone will be off you, and so, but that our topic is not narrowed. Is narrowed to the marriage. Is masturbation permitted in marriage? So it's not, he's saying it's not permitted. So I want to hear the opinion of everyone out there as they leave it down in the comment section. They said what masturbation involves, in case you don't know it involves stimulating your genitals or other sensitive area of your body for sexual arousement or pleasure. Those are the things it involves. It involves stimulating your genitals or other sensitive area of your body for sexual arousement or pleasure. You're welcome. Thank you for staying on. God bless you. And also we see that you can use your hands. That's what they said. Your fingers, sex toys, they call it, or other objects to stimulate yourself. There is someone out there around the social media, and these persons are actually encouraging everyone, both couple that's can, to go on, have sex toys, use the body, satisfy yourself. And we say when it becomes a habit, it's not that's where you're going. You are saying it becomes dangerous, and it can affect you mentally.
You see, you shouldn't even start it, because anything you start, there's a starting point to anything, and that becomes a habit.
Yeah.
And when it becomes a habit, it becomes a part of your life.
And it drives you crazy.
You are molded in it.
Yeah.
When it becomes part of your life, it becomes a stronghold.
Yeah.
A stronghold is that you cannot do without it.
Yes.
It's just like somebody that is sexually active. That is sexual. How do I put it now? somebody that is sexually, there's a word they use. Uncontrollable.
Yes.
Yeah. So you see, you cannot control yourself again.
Yeah.
And there's a spirit.
Welcome,
Mama,
thank you.
And there's a spirit behind every. Remember, we are spirit being, and everything on the earth is controlled by a spirit.
That's true.
There's a demon assigned to every action that you carry out on earth.
Yeah.
We are spirit beings, and remember, and there's a spirit being that God Himself created, which is Lucifer. He fell with some angels. So angels are assigned in any action that man does on the earth. There's a spirit behind it. So if you allow that spirit to drive you, it drives you, and it drives you.
Thank you, welcome, and thank you for staying. Please give us a thumb up and a subscription, and please drop in your own advice to this topic of discourse. Is sexual of this masturbation allowed in marriage, no matter what?
So what I'm still talking about
self-control.
is self-control. What I'm still talking about that it's not even good for you to even try it, because
don't start it.
Anything you want to do in life is, first of all, you try it. There's a process. When you try it, let's not go too deep. You try it, you want to do it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so when you do it all the time, it's just a process you go into. Before you know it, there's a spirit that takes control of you.
And takes over. And before you know what's happening.
Before you know, you cannot control yourself again.
Yeah. And
so we're saying, don't even try it. Don't even. First of all, it's a thought. You have a thought in your mind.
So that said, it's a normal. Way of life. Hello. Thank you.
That's masturbation they're talking about.
Yes.
No, but let me come in. Let me come in again.
Now you are looking at it as
from a spiritual angle, as a pastor.
Yeah, but then we are looking at it generally now. Yeah, and we have to try
always bring a balance. You see, that's why
that's
why the Bible says we believers, Christians, are the salt of the earth. You see, the earth is rotten. You understand what I mean? It's rotten up to the
level of rottenness.
Or
high level of rottenness.
God, see, that's why you see I'm attacking that definition. And God has made us salt of the earth and also light of the world. What does salt do? Let me give two examples of what salt does. Salt is a sweetening agent.
Thank you for staying on.
Salt is a sweetening, and salt also is a preservative agent.
Yeah.
Like we say, the world is rotten up to, look at what the definition they are giving. That is not from God. So we want to put, preserve the truth of God. The truth of God is that masturbation is not.
All right.
As we go on.
We thank God for the network, but we trust God.
Right now, you didn't plan it, and you find your couple is out there. You understand what I mean? So the Bible says God has given us a measure of grace.
Yeah.
There's a measure of grace
to help you,
to help you in any situation that you find yourself. Yeah. See, the grace that God has given to me is not the grace that He has given to you. So God apportioned grace individually to us. You understand? The grace you have is not what I have. So if you find yourself in that situation, I believe there's a grace. You pray for a grace, not to fall into the call of sin, because it's a call right now. You'll be tempted.
You are tempted.
Because so whatever level you find yourself, there's a grace apportion to you. Because the Bible scripture says, must we continue to sin that grace may abound? Which means God does not permit. God does not care the situation you find yourself. All He's saying is that He said, my grace is sufficient enough for you. So there will be a grace apportioned to you if you find yourself, if you're that kind of couple that find yourself, one is in Nigeria, the other one is Japan. So there's a grace apportioned to you until the appointed time when both of you come together. There must be a grace. So there's no excuse. God will not say, okay, because that one is there, I permit you to go. Must we continue in sin that grace may abound? God forbid. You can't break the word of God.
Must we continue in sin that grace may abound?
God forbid.
It's a self-control. You know, when I was younger, I had this woman saying that she traveled. The husband is not there. She literally said it's among women. He said, how can she stay without the husband? How can they stay without having sexual intercourse? Do they want the place to for the woman? Do they want it to seal up? Yes. I'm just saying. So a lot of men are afraid. No. People use the word service example. If you say don't touch, don't do, how do you get the peace service? How? So cloud, there's no mind.
Like what we're saying is that there's a grace apportioned to you.
To be able to
God knows that you find yourself in that situation.
Okay, that also reminds me. Yeah, before you go married, were you not staying? For those that were staying.
Yeah. When you're supposed to stay. And so you're supposed to stay. You understand
So
what I
this
mean?
is not
So
supposed to be a
you see,
problem.
because why in courtship, sex is not permitted when you are courting yourselves
That is as a Christian.
as a believer.
Yeah.
Yes, so our Christian life does not permit us to have sex before marriage. You know, remember, distinguish between courtship is different from marriage. You are still courting yourself when you are trying to know yourselves. And marriage, you just married. How do I put it now? You are just newly married. So marriage is different from courtship. So you know what I'm saying? So at that time of courtship, the Christian life does not permit you to have sex in courtship. So at that time you're courting your wife, you should be able to, exercise, a level of, what do you call it now?
Patience.
Patience
Yeah.
and also restraint.
Yes.
You know, it helps in the
Restraint.
marriage
We
because you don't know where you
So please, can we
find
have your
yourself
own contribution? Thank you for coming. Please give us a thumb up and then subscribe if you have not subscribed. We are always online. When you watch all our videos, you see that our interest is to see how the relationship and in the home front. We just keep shouting and heralding that relationship can work.
Yeah.
We have had situations where people says they are not satisfied usually, or their spouse is not there, and they are tempted. They went to sin. They sin. You said they sin with others, and it has broken a lot of marriages. So like Pastor was saying here, there we need a lot of self-control, and this also is you start from when you are much younger in age.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know, I remember in those days when we got married early, and my husband would always say, maybe it's all about self-control. So if you don't have that self-control when you're young and you just feel that, oh, I can have anybody I have, you just discover that you just go through life, living your life like that. No control at all. And I want to say that this is not too good for, what is it now called, for spouses. So if he is saying that if you can have self-control, you know, when you are much younger, when you are courting, you should be able to have self-control, especially when you are working somewhere else and your spouse is not there. Or maybe your spouse has gone out. Someone was saying, you know, yes, the spouse is not there or is doing shakara for you. Permit me to use the word shakara, Nigerian language. He's trying to pull some stones. No, just get yourself satisfied. And then when it comes, you go to bed. Who cares? No, but that's a wrong mentality. That's what we're trying to disabuse. Do not even start allowing it. Because one day it's going to drive you crazy.
Yes, definitely.
And you're going to have, what is it now called? Mental imbalance and doing the wrong thing. Why? Because your mindset has not been correct. Your mindset has not really been correct. So we said to people, start even as a child. Develop the right mindset.
That's true.
If you develop the right mindset, I tell you, so many things will be minimized. You don't have to go to masturbation learn. I always tell people, if you do the wrong thing, what are we mentoring to the next generation? Because these children will eventually know what you are doing. They will eventually know what you're doing, truly. They will eventually know what you're doing. Eventually. And whatever they see you do,
they want to do.
The children, younger ones, basically most times do what they see adults do. Not what they hear them say most of the time. So we have to live by example and stop doing what we know that is wrong for posterity's sake.
That's true.
All right, so as we go on, let us also look at, you know, other things, definition they gave it to. It says it's normally part of, it's a normal part of sexual development and occurs among people of all background, gender, and races. So that means when people are young, we have to begin to teach people, right? It's not wrong. Everything is an habit. Everything you form is an habit. You can tell yourself no. Just like sometimes you are hungry and you tell yourself, I can't eat. I give an example. My little girl saw where some of these tribes were eating certain things that are not right. And she was like, wow, how can they be eating these things? How can they be eating this drink? And I said, because she has cultured her mind that this cannot be eaten. And she's cultured her mind on that. So the same thing, you can culture your mind on certain things should not be done. All right? It said, so it's not normal there are no physical harmful side effects of this masturbation. That's what the dictionary, the Google is saying us. There are no. That's don't. I'm just saying.
Let me just come. That's the worldly aspect you are giving the definition.
Yes.
See,
that's what it said.
The devil is trying to change
so
the Bible, but it cannot change. It's just like they're telling you right now.
Bastardize the mind of the people.
Minds of young people.
Yeah.
When I see definition like this, I get angry because why? They tell you now it's no longer Adam and Eve. Do you know in this generation they've told this generation a lie that marriage is a scam?
Yeah.
Because why? Without even being told, let me come down in countries like places like Africa and Nigeria in particular, where things are very difficult and hard. Young people see marriage as a scam right now. It's a lie of the devil who tell you cannot get married. As you look at me, I'm talking to you right now, you can still get married. No matter if you don't have anything in your hands, to do that marriage. Just settle in your mind that you want to marry. I'm telling you, God will position you. The economy of your country cannot dictate whether you are married or not. Because God has destined you to get married. So it's a lie of the devil to tell you that it's a normal thing. That's what they tell you, say Adam and Eve. Adam and Steve. Instead of Adam and Steve, they are confusing your mind now to believe in Adam and Steve is a normal way. No, it's not normal.
They actually said it's
normal.
They are
spiritual
accreditation
to it.
It's wrong. They actually said it's normal because they said, you don't want to meet with a man that you're not married to. The church is also against that. So, because the church is against that, let us also
let's do it ourselves. No, but it's wrong.
You are not sinning. Nobody's. I'm afraid. They said, I'm not going to contract any disease. That's
a lie of the devil again.
And nobody's going to break my
heart.
Because
let's look at it. Anything that God has put in place is perfect. Perfectly, He created us. Everything He did is the perfection of His hands. But we're not perfect human beings. So when God say, opposite sex should have sex, that is normal. Then when the one party is having sex, it's wrong to God. That's the abuse of it. Because that thing you are carrying, you are wired with in your body, is meant for the opposite sex. So, but God is abuse. Abuse is the wrongful use of anything. So, if you are, using your body, you are abusing it. Yeah. Before God, is an abuse. Because you are not supposed to do it. Somebody else is supposed to do it. And you say, but if I do it with somebody, they'll say, I'm sinning. Wait until you come of age of maturity in marriage. Sex is only allowed in marriage, not outside marriage. So all God is telling you that wait until you come to maturity. God has wired us. There's something that's put in us to wait. To come to a place of maturity.
And you can actually be.
So you can't escape it. I said, let me escape because I don't want to sin. You are still sinning. See, because why? That your body that you are using doing that thing is the temple of the Lord. So when you're using the temple of the Lord to do carnal things, when I call it carnal things, it's not something that is spiritual. You are sinning because God did not permit that one person should have sex with himself. If you are masturbating, you're having sex with yourself. You are self-satisfying yourself, which God does not. God does not permit. So anything that God does not permit is a sin. So let's call a spade, and let's not deceive ourselves. People have gone into extreme. People are saying, let's use sex toy. What is sex toy? To satisfy your sexual urge so that I don't look at the opposite. You are still sinning now. And the greatest thing you can ever sin is the sin of your body. Using your body, wrongfully. If you're not using your body for the Lord, the Bible says your body is a temple of God. Do you know what temple is? That's where God dwells. So where God dwells, you are abusing it.
Abusing it.
So it's wrong.
We shouldn't.
It's not a normal way of life. Please, this dictionary is just a carnal way. It's written for the worldly people, but we as spiritual people, we don't agree.
And when the people now grow up and then begin to live this way of life, and at the end of the day, they get, because that's not God's way, they go into depression.
Yes.
They go into depression
and deception.
Yes. And truly, the world now begin to go upside down and gaga because people are doing the wrong thing. Do not start what is not healthy. It doesn't live long. Like he was saying earlier, God has laid down principles on the way things should be.
Yes.
Masturbation is not inclusive.
It's not God.
It doesn't lead you to end well.
End well, yes, at all.
Because when something is like sweet to you, they said actually stolen waters are not sweet actually.
Yes.
So when you just keep doing what you know that is actually wrong, that spirit that is driving you, honestly, keep pushing you until you now go the wrong way.
Do you know what it leads you? It leads you because it's telling you lies now. Okay, I can't have sex with the opposite sex, it's a sin. Let me do it with the same sex. Before
Yes.
you know, you'll be thinking of having sex with the same sex.
Yeah.
A boy having tried to have a sex with. That's why we have I'm a gay. You understand what I mean? Let's have it gay, which is it's still sin. Or
when you are working with
you're working with the wrong spirit.
What the devil suggests to you,
for you, yes.
you just discover that you keep doing the wrong thing.
You
keep going the wrong way, and you keep digging it.
Keep digging
it doesn't end. You just keep digging and digging. Before you know what's up, pam,
Yeah.
there is trouble, which you does. Before you know it, will give you more other suggestions. That's why you also have places whereby you see what is it now called? People begin to even use animals
yes,
to satisfy their sensual
not even that.
way of life.
We have even seen girls that use, what do they call it? Is it cucumber now? They use cucumber to satisfy
it's very
themselves.
funny when you come to our part.
Yes.
These people, they will add drama and they will tell you that they can't sell cucumber for you. They have to cut it, and you see somebody now fighting the cucumber seller. And the cucumber, they ask them, why is it so expensive? They say people use it for different purpose, which is not godly. So when you start something that is not godly, what happens is that it keeps taking you deeper and deeper into wrong lifestyle, unhealthy lifestyle. All right. So I will join us if you're a Christian, and better than everyone is encouraged. Go pick your Bible in Romans chapter 1 and verse 28. God, the word of God says so much things about our sexuality and the way people should. It's sweeter. I always tell people, please have sexual intercourse with your spouse alone. We are trying to disabuse masturbation. We are trying to this. So we are looking at all the definition that the dictionary gave us. It said it can have many health benefits. All right. So if your mind is like that, the truth of the matter, that things that is not godly leads you to depression with time.
It destroys you at time.
It can have sexual benefits such as reducing stress, improving sleep, and easing pain. Yes, it can, for the people out there that believe it's so. But I want to say that it's not everything that looks good. There are other ways that you can ease off stress.
Yeah.
When you go to gym, you have a good rest.
That is in the will of God.
That is in the will of God.
Remember, what you are doing is not the will of God.
It's not in the will of God.
So anything that's giving you, it might give you pleasure for a season. They say sin is for a season. Just like Moses. Moses denied himself being the heir to the throne of Pharaoh, enjoying the pleasures of Egypt for a season.
At the moment.
For a season. And chose to suffer with the people of God. Can you see anything that is seen to that? That's been extending something, because Moses supposed to be the heir to the throne of Egypt, the next man in command. But they say he forsook it, rather to suffer with the people of God. Moses is a great man. So if you can forsook that aspect that has someone, do you know what the pleasure and the pageantry that Moses is going to be the next heir to the throne? I mean, it's not like America of today. Moses is supposed to be the next president of America. Of those days.
In those days, they were the power.
The powers, authorities.
But
Moses said, no, I'd rather suffer with the people of God. And do you know one thing again, one thing about that man's life? Do you know at the end, Moses did not make it. Moses did not make it to the promise. Why am I bringing this out? But to him,
distraction that would have prevented it.
God will count it up for him for righteousness because he obeyed God.
He obeyed God. So sometimes, what do you now say? Sometimes
sacrifice.
You have to make the sacrifice. Go through the sacrifice. All right. So he says he has many health benefits such as reducing stress. All right. Say reducing stress.
But it's not in the will of God.
I want to encourage us. There are other things that can actually reduce stress for you.
Yes.
He said
in the will of God.
If that's the only way. Improving sleep. There are other things
that can induce you.
Someone
do the right thing that can reduce sleep.
I remember in those days in Kenya,
no.
I was visiting for a while, for some time. I know these people will take a lot of yogurts. They will take a lot of yogurt and say, wow, woman of God, yogurt is good for your sleep. So there are also some food you can Google to find out. Some food that you can also eat to help you improve your sleep. All right, you don't have to do all this to improve it. You can go on your exercise.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
daily, people find it difficult to go for their daily routine, or maybe twice in a week.
Yeah.
Exercise. Go exercise yourself. When you do so, you also discover that your sleep will be better.
Yeah.
You ease pains. There are a lot of things that you can do to also ease yourself of pains.
Yeah.
That's the simple truth. So we don't have to masturbate to be able to ease ourselves.
That's the one definition of easing stress.
It's a way to get in touch with your own desires.
Which desires? That's not the desire of God now.
So,
getting away with your own desires. What about the desire?
Pastor is talking only as a pastor.
Yes,
but we are talking.
But what is the desire of God? The desire of God that you live in truth.
Greetings, my beloved sister.
In truth
Can't
and
forget,
spirit.
I'm happy you are here. Please send your contribution to this topic.
So if you're not living in the way of the Lord, you're not satisfying the desires of God. See, God expects you to satisfy His own desires. God's desire must be your own desire, not your own desire satisfying God's desire. So don't put your own desire above the desires
you
of
are
God.
Looking at
From
now,
a Christian's perspective. So this is wrong.
We have actually seen a lot of definition that talked about, why good reason. They gave good reason
That's
why
carnal
you
definition.
should have masturbate. The man is not here, and the woman does not want to sin with any man. The topic is masturbation permitted in marriage? And we are looking at the man is not around, maybe outside the country, or is working somewhere, and then he doesn't want to sin with the other party, even though they do another sex. So they have to take masturbate. And someone in social media out there is shouting, go use sex toys, go do other things, satisfy yourself, you don't have to die. And then, like we are reading here, the dictionary or Google will tell us that it's very good to go masturbating.
Yeah,
but is it healthy for families?
Is it healthy for single people also?
Single people.
Yeah.
At the long run.
Because
there are so many things you do as habits that might prevent you, that will bring about depression.
Yeah, definitely.
In the long run. You might be all right. So why we'll see what he said. However, excessive, as is here, you see it. There is also a balance from them. He said, however, excessive masturbation may be considered harmful or lead to other mental health concern. And that's why we are saying, don't even start.
Don't even start it.
Don't even start it.
Side effects.
It's just like they say, do not smoke. Smokers are liable to
die young. Develop, what do you call it now? Kidney problem, or what do you call it?
They will tell you, do this.
What do they call it now?
They actually tell you, do this. By the long run, it has
side effects. Side effects, yes.
All right, so there is side effects to every other thing. So what do we now do now? Is it not better not to start? Because people that said it is good to have masturbation are also telling you there could be side effects
to it.
A lot of marriages, a lot of people feel they don't get satisfied while having sexual intercourse with their spouse, and they choose to go on the lane of masturbation. And so they can pick a quarrel with their spouses and go on 1 month, 2 months. Not because they're staying, they're masturbating. It's not because they have control. All right? It's not because they have control. Yeah, thank you. He said, yes, they don't have control over it, but because they are satisfying themselves. So what's our advice on that? Because at the end of the day, it's not healthy for the marriage. So we do not want to see marriages packing up. I made a research and I discovered that in a short time from now, especially in the advanced country, 50% of existing marriages are heading to divorce. And there are various reasons. Somebody was saying today, just okay, I'll give you sex. Some people just come to just ease themselves, but they are not enjoying good sex. That's one of my books that is coming up very soon. It's not just having sex, but having good sex, satisfying your spouse, your opposite, your wife or your husband. Then you don't just go into a man and then pour it, or maybe get into a woman and pour yourself out and get out, and you're not thinking, you're not considerate if she's satisfied. And
Satisfied,
that's
yeah.
why when you are not there, she get herself satisfied. But in the social media, there are some people that are telling you, in fact, advertising the sex doll and telling them use it. It's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
So we are waiting for more contribution to this topic of discussion. Welcome, please. We appreciate, and we know you are there. So give us a like, a thumb up, and please don't forget to share this video.
don't forget to,
we have to save at least a family.
A family, yeah.
A family needs to be saved.
Yeah.
So all these that is outlined there, please, there are side effects to,
To every wrong things you do.
every wrong thing. So we're going to look at side effects of masturbation. We have seen one as thus. All right, side effects of masturbation, especially in marriage, side effects of masturbation. All right, we're waiting for more discussion on that.
Comments,
side effects of
contributions,
side effects of masturbation, side effects of masturbation. When it side effect,
side effect is that when you keep doing one same thing over and over and over again, it becomes a lifestyle. When it becomes a lifestyle, you cannot have control over it. That's why we say masturbation, there's a spirit. Everything that we do that is not of God, there's a spirit behind it.
yes,
The only thing that's permitted to be a spirit in anything we do is the Holy Spirit.
okay.
If we are doing anything wrong, the Holy Spirit is not there with you. It's a wrong spirit from the devil that is pushing you. So the side effect of it is that you will not be submissive to the will of God. When you begin to do that thing, you see that you'll be justifying yourself, like what the temptation are giving us here. You're no longer doing the will of the Father of God. But whether you're always satisfying yourself, and which is, self is what you are looking at. So you are not looking at, is God happy with me? That thing I'm doing, does God approve of it? Anything that God does not approve with, you are not satisfying the Father.
Now we are
created to satisfy God.
Yes.
Satisfy His desire.
God
not
has
His
said.
our own desire. He created us for Himself. So we are created to give Him pleasure.
Right.
So that pleasure you are seeking for yourself, you're supposed to give it to God.
All right.
So you are designed to give God pleasure with your body.
All right, so Sengo, we'll just go and look at some side effects of masturbation. There's a negative side to everything. Even when you're eating food, even when you are eating, I've been somewhere and they told me eat this. I said my system cannot carry it.
Yeah.
So if you keep giving it to me, truly, what we have is that I'm going to just throw it up, or I'm going to be sick, I won't find sleep.
Yeah.
So there's side effect to everything. Then there's a negative side effect to masturbation, and we're going to be looking at them is addiction. Addiction.
Become addicted to it.
Yes, masturbating daily can lead to addiction that can harm your mental and physical health.
Now they are coming.
Yes, it has its own side effect. For those that do it, what's a disease? I always say it, anything that is sweet. They say the stolen water is sweet. The stolen water, it's not sweet or whatever. I think the scripture says something about stolen water. So daily, people that, when you keep doing it, I'm telling you, even once in a month,
You'll be lost in it.
before you know it, it's going to become a daily thing.
Before you know it, it becomes a lifestyle.
A lifestyle.
And anything that becomes your lifestyle, you are molded you are in a mold which God has not put you. And a spirit begins to control you.
So it can harm your mental and physical health.
Outlook.
Yes. What about social life? Masturbating too frequently can prevent you from going out, which can negatively impact your mental health. Frequently, like we were saying the other time, they said it was good, it blah 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 blah, it gets good for health, blah 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 blah.
Now they're giving you side
now
effects.
they are telling you there is side effects. That's why it's not everything that you see that you want to eat.
Eat it.
What is it? That
Don't grab the first aspect.
It's not everything.
Okay, Mom, sorry. Let's put it this way. You see, if you can see a tiny book, and say, this small book, what do they inside self? You see, don't judge a book by its cover. Go to the content.
Yeah.
We have not going to the content. If you have seen the content that giving you the side even now, but when we're reading the beginning of it, for the page, you are getting excited. They're allowing me. But now you are going deep into the book. So that's the secret that we want you to see. That there's a side effect to it. The one thing that I give you the divine is that it can deal with it will deal with your mental and spiritual mindset.
Yeah. So it's gonna affect you.
Yes.
Even the way you could just want to feel like it because you're already used to it.
So you're no longer concerned.
Like
there's a spirit of masturbation that is controlling you now.
There is a spirit. One thing that was like we just said right now. There is a spirit.
There's a spirit.
There's a spirit.
And that spirit does not want you to follow God.
Yeah.
That spirit, any spirit that's not the spirit of God is leading you to this. Just want you to know that any spirit that's not the Holy Spirit is a spirit that will lead you to destruction.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just simple. It has nothing good for you. But all was doing you that it is sweet meal. The thing sweet, it's enticement. It's only enticing you. You know that will give you
Like that woman said,
the more you see,
that-
the less the more you see, the less you understand.
Yeah.
That is the devil's way. So the more you are seeing, the less you are understanding. You are going into it. You are being enticed. Before you know it, they grab you.
Just like that
You don't have
person I
control
was
anymore.
saying that was saying in the social media, he said, if your husband wants to do shakara for you, so you're saying harboring unclean thoughts, you know, affects what? Affects so much. That's true, Constance, thank you so much. He said when you harbor unclean thoughts,
Yeah.
it's allowed for a lot of things that are not really comely.
Yeah.
All right, so true, don't even harbor it.
Yeah.
But like I was saying, if you're still on, this person is saying, instead of the man to come and do shakara for me, I would have satisfied myself, you understand, fully, you know. And thank you.
So let me comment.
Thank you. You're next time about my glasses. I will use it. That glasses need a change.
Let me
too.
comment on that unclean
I will
thoughts
use
that
my glasses.
she just talked about.
Mama, come and get me my glasses
That
so that I
unclean-
don't have to be bending.
Yeah,
Yes.
that unclean thoughts that
she
she
talked about harboring it.
harboring
Yes.
unclean thoughts. You see, Jesus Christ corrected them in the scriptures. He said, I've not come to change the laws,
Yeah.
but to establish it.
Yes.
What does that mean? They told you that when you look at a woman in an uncomely way, you have not sinned.
In the
That was the old law. But he said now, the comment she raised, having an unclean thought in your mind. Jesus Christ came, he said, I came not to change the laws, but to establish it. Not to change the laws, but to establish it. In the days of Moses, it is agreed that when you have a thought, a wrong thought,
such, yes, it does. So we have such, yes, it does. So we have seen it, and I think I addressed it. All right, I've seen the message on top. Thank you, Consigo. Thank you. Greetings again. Yes, so you're right by saying harboring unclean thoughts. You know, wrong thoughts also affect us. Network is actually fluctuating, but we thank God for how far we are going. All right, so there is just like that woman saying, you know, and I like the topic that was raised in this place. It talked about masturbation can obstruct your daily functioning.
yes,
It can obstruct your daily functioning. It says something as relationship. Masturbation can ruin your relationship.
Yes.
Like we saw earlier.
Yeah.
I said masturbation can ruin your relationship in the sense that I want to do it to prove to the man that I don't need him. I want to do it to prove to my husband that I don't need him. I want to do it to prove to him that after he can even go anywhere, I'm fine. But now they are making it clear for us to understand that this thing that looks as though it's healthy can actually distort your relationship with time. It can distort your relationship with time. So why taking pills?
Why start it in the first place?
Why taking pills that are distorting your relationship? All right, injury. It's really not. Masturbation can obstruct your daily functioning, but because when that sexual urge come, whatever you are doing, you want to rush in and go and satisfy it, because it has not now become natural. It has become a spiritual force propelling you, yes, to do those things that you are doing.
See, and you know one thing is
Health
also
of
masturbation also can distort your relationship, because the more you go into it, the spirit will be telling you don't need to go do it with the opposite sex again.
Yeah,
it's giving you permission and license.
And so
it gives you license, even without the other party. I can satisfy myself. It becomes self. Remember, the originator of that.
It's not interested about self.
It's interested about self. You satisfying yourself, not satisfying God.
No, I mean the originator of life.
Yeah, like no, I mean the devil that says you should satisfy yourself.
Okay.
We give you the mindset to say satisfy yourself, forget about God.
Yeah.
Remember, what you are doing is not godly. God does not like it.
Yes.
So if it's anything that does not, give God joy, why do it?
Why do it?
That's
anything that does not give God joy. Why do it? At the long run, and remember, like we always say, we mentor to the younger generation. Yeah. That's our interest. What are we leaving for the next generation to pick for ourselves? All right, that's just the truth. What picture are we giving for the younger generation? What are we teaching?
What are we mentoring?
All right. Do not agree to what they are saying. Daily life, okay, can obstruct the daily life. Injury, masturbation, masturbating aggressively can injure you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You keep doing it constantly, rubbing off yourself.
Yes,
you are injuring yourself, and who knows what that injury will cause you in future to come.
Definitely, yes.
Please,
you are injuring yourself.
Do not, you're saying pain. It causes pain. Masturbation can cause pain in your genitals.
Definitely.
Yeah, because that's natural.
Because you have done it for a very long time.
It's
not natural. That God has given natural
given.
friction that God has given you to enjoy sex.
Yeah.
But we are doing it. They call it artificially.
Yeah.
So it can't be like what God. You see, you are trying to say God did not plan well by saying a man should meet a woman. So you are doing it yourself. That's not the specification of the originator of sex itself. He didn't specify that a man should have sex with himself or a woman should have a carnal knowledge of herself. The way you are thinking, your mindset is telling you. So instead of you having full pleasure, you're not having pleasure. At the end, they're telling you now what masturbation can cause. The end product of it is not sweet.
Yeah. So another thing we have to also note is that it says, remember what they say, and I want to say is a lie. That if it's wrong, you say to us is a lie. They said stress and tension, masturbation can help reduce stress and tension. We don't say it's not true, because there are other things that can actually reduce stress and tension. It says it helps you to sleep well, can help improve the quality of your sleep. Instead of doing the wrong thing and sinning against God, there's so many things that you understand can also help you sleep well and improve your quality sleep too. It says masturbation can help elevate mood. No. There are many other things that you can do. Don't start something that will have a negative side effect.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a menstrual cramps. Masturbation can help relieve menstrual cramps. I'm just hearing this for the first time. Said masturbation can help. No, there are other things that can also help you reduce what? Menstrual cramps from ladies. Yeah, you understand that so many things the world offers you. It might be true, but we are saying they are
not godly.
They are not godly, and you stay
them
on the land of God. Remember that many people in the Bible time that lost it because they went on the world way. Example, when he gave example of Moses, at some point he couldn't now enter the fullness of what he has fought for because he allowed for anger. Anger is one of the flesh that we are discussing right now. And there's so many other people too, like the sons of Eli, you understand, and the other his brother. They were misbehaving, having naughty way of life, naughty, having sexual intercourse, satisfying their own pleasure,
not the pleasure of God.
Sexual pleasure. At the end of the day, it didn't bring them good results.
It cost them their generation.
At the end of the day, you don't get good results.
Why
what is the sense?
You see, one thing is that anything you start, there must be a result.
Yeah.
And what I want to tell people is that, you see, what gives you life sustains you.
Yeah.
The devil, but one thing about the difference between the devil and God is that the devil can give you life, don't misunderstand me, but he cannot sustain it. So it's only God that gives life that can sustain at the end. That's how we tell people that there are different ways for you to get success. Yes, people say, in the one we find ourselves, people don't care how you get success. You can get success without God, it's true. But I'm telling you, will God sustain you if he doesn't give you success? No. It's only the success that comes from God that sustains you. So don't start anything that God did not permit. Because that thing that is making you to start that thing cannot give you life at the end.
All right, so they said it, we all know that it's not totally true that masturbation can help improve sex life.
No.
There are other things. Like I always say to them before you go into sexual life, often in my videos, go and watch it. Try to plan to enjoy it.
Yes, definitely.
Have a good romance, have a good foreplay, make the environment comfortable for your spouse. Get the room ready. If it's possible, spare roses. I'm going to say if you can, spare the fragrance, the perfume. Get yourself, appear on good clothing, get ready. Do not overstress yourself during the day, so that at least when you're coming, wear good, is it 90 or
90s,
something?
90s,
just make the environment just conducive.
Look romantic for one another.
Each other. And as we keep doing such, I want to say to you that, wow, you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
Especially, don't rush into it. Spend time telling yourself, share good memories. Telling yourself and say, why do I have the time? You create the time for good things.
Yeah.
God gave the sexual
urge,
life and urges and everything, and has given in us. Someone said, how do you touch yourself, spend some time with self, and you begin to learn what to do and what not to do. All right. Someone said masturbation can help relieve menstrual cramps. He said masturbation can help alleviate pains. I don't know, and then sexual sex, masturbation can help improve your sex. No, that's what I just read. No, do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Yeah.
So,
but
the
people in the world will take this and begin to run with it. But I want to tell us, emphatically, please do the right thing.
Yeah.
Prostate cancer, a higher frequency of ejection may be associated with a lower risk of prostate cancer. And so that's why prostate cancer. That's why we tell people, because they just keep masturbating and living themselves. Not all men that are married. I tell them, please, of a necessity, create an avenue whereby you enjoy sexual intercourse with your spouse, your wife. Release often. If you don't, you have prostate cancer. You have that has to do with the male organ and others. If you are relieving yourself often, you will not be sick in the future. But if you are buckling up so many things, you just discover seeing yourself sick in the nearest future. So if you are concerned about masturbation, it said it and its effects on you, you can consult a health. In case you don't even believe in us, consult your what is it called?
Your physician.
Medical, some medical help, especially when you are already so used to, all right, living without having masturbating is wrong. So we challenge you as a normal person. This is and run away
because it's
for
not good.
Your life.
Don't dig a grave for yourself.
Don't give a grave. Dig a grave for yourself. Sometimes too, spouses are living separately, and because they must enjoy sexual intercourse, because of lack of self-control, they've landed themselves into so many trouble with the other spouse, which they had sexual intercourse with. And so at the long run, there is still, you now having babies from unplanned marriages. You understand? And so that's why you have people like, they call them baby mamas. All over the place. You can see a guy having 5 women. We're not calling names here.
Baby factories.
Five women having children for them because of that uncontrollable, having control of lifestyle. So the same way, if you continue like this, you discover that there's going to be so much problems, all right? So much problems if people don't have control of their sexual appetite and life. I want to say, God bless you. We didn't have a lot of people contributing this evening, but I want to say to us, please, we're going to be live often and on a daily basis. Go do well to watch our videos, comment, like, drop it and subscribe. Just share it on, and then share it on, watch it. We are trusting God to monetize and take the work even more serious, so we have many other people listening to what we have to say. All right, so I want to say to you, please, as often as you can, tune in, watch our videos, encourage. YouTube can also forward and air our videos to other people, and we will also be people that we keep on giving you tips on ways to build a healthy relationship on a daily basis. I want to say I'm happy, this evening coming on at Talk Zone. You're going to be seeing Daddy and my husband and I. So I used to call myself Daddy because of church, but I want to say that He's the one that herald
New Nigeria.
New Nigeria,
Of our
and
dream.
he
It's a
believes
reality.
in New Nigeria, not just New Nigeria, better Africa, better world. He also believes that the child can have the best of education and good health, and leaders is in their hands to make it so. So I want to please encourage, whenever you see Save a Child, Preserve Humanity television, just know it's our channel too.
yes,
And
you're
you
welcome.
are always welcome.
Believe in our
Believe
heralding
in
a new
what we are
Nigeria.
doing.
There's a new Nigeria that God is bringing.
Yes.
Yes, a new Nigeria. It's not this present one. This present Nigeria is dead.
All right.
So there's a new
we
one.
go on to healthy relationship building. You cannot be disappointed. Your family can enjoy the bliss of life.
Yes, sir.
You can enjoy goodly relationship
Yes, sir.
with your husband or your spouse or whatever. You can.
Yeah.
Everything is possible.
With God.
If it's possible to have a goodly career, then it's also possible to have a goodly home. It's possible to have goodly children. It's possible to have peace at home. It's possible to have your spouse at old age, you enjoying yourself. But when you do not give yourself joy and peace, what you're going to have is a home that is full of so much
globes.
disappointment and what?
Kid globes.
Kid clothes and what not was. So thank you very much, and stay on with us even as we herald the next thing in the next moment. You will be blessed. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, well done.
All right, that's a good morning.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you next time. All right.